A deal on Dickens, who could resist? A stack of Austen, warmly kissed. Golden Age crime tales twist and turn, every page a treasure to learn. Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea, reading always feels so free.
Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. Just wanted to do a book tag video. I haven't done one by myself for a while. Usually, lately I've been doing them with my mom, and we will be recording a couple Booktube book tag videos, the first week of next month in June. So we usually do it right after we record our knitting video for that other channel, our Pinhook and Needles channel. But today I saw where my mom had put up her video for the behind the scenes behind the scenes Booktube tag. So I figured, I'll make my own by myself, and that'll be kind of cool because it's been a while. The tag originator, I don't think I've done this one. If I have, well, I'm doing it again. And the tag originator, I don't think I've done it, is Robert G., reader of books. And I was tagged by Marlacia Muses, which is my mom. Her channel name is Marlacia's Meanderings. Okay, so the prompts. When recording a post, do you read from a prepared script, or do you refer to notes, a broad outline, or speak extemporaneously? Okay, so it all depends. If I'm having a lot of brain fog, I usually like to at least have some bullet points to work off of. But for the most part, unless it's a book tag video where I need to have, the prompts in front of me, I do try to just sort of fly by the seat of my pants. It just works better that way. I started Booktube to be able to just sort of have conversations. And unless there's a point that I really want to make sure I hit, it's just whatever comes to my mind. Number 2, do you edit before you post, deleting haws? Who says haws? I do ums and uhs. Misspeaks, mispronunciations, and other common public speaking foibles? Do you remove things you didn't mean to say or off-topic thought or comments you think might be understood? I will rarely remove things like and those kind of things unless it's like really intrusive. I tend not to remove them simply because that's too much editing. The same thing as mispronunciations. I usually will correct myself anyway, so I leave it in. Now, do I remove things that I didn't mean to say or off-topic thoughts or comments that I think might be understood? Occasionally I will do that. Not a whole ton, but occasionally I will, especially if it feels like it makes the video like way too long, or it comes off kind of not the way I want it to come across. And then I might edit something like that out. But it doesn't happen a whole lot. Usually if you see me editing, if you see a little jump, it's because I was looking through a book for like way too long. Instead of pausing the video, I, kept going with the thought process that I would edit afterwards. So that's a lot of times when you'll see jumps, I'll be like, oh, where was that in that book? And I'll just be like flipping through forever. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, that's what I was looking for. So rather than having you guys look at me for like 5 minutes straight just flipping through a book, I'll cut that out and you'll get a little bit of a jump. Number 3, have you ever edited a post after posting? Have you ever deleted an entire post? I don't think I've ever edited a post after posting. If I have, it's been very rare. Like maybe one time, and I can't even remember what that time would be. So I'm thinking I haven't done that. Now, have I ever deleted an entire post? I'm not sure. I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. Yeah, no, usually if I post it, it's because I want it there. Okay. Alrighty. I guess we're on number 4 now. Are there certain topics you avoid, things you regard as too personal or too controversial? I think one needs to be careful about what one shares about oneself online. So while I do share things about myself, I don't feel like I need to, give you absolutely everything. And as for controversial topics, I slowly sort of feel my way around that. I think I'm starting to become a little bit more comfortable with that, but as a general rule, I just kind of feel that out. It really depends on how comfortable I am with like brain fog or something. I'm not going to even attempt to approach a topic if I'm brain fogged and I feel like it might be more controversial. But yeah, no, I am generally feeling out how comfortable I feel like tackling a more controversial topic and how much brain power I want to expend interacting if that kind of topic does stimulate a lot of conversation, if I have the bandwidth to deal with that, because I don't always have the energy levels. And if I introduce a controversial topic, am I, prepared to deal with the fallout of that? Whether or not, that doesn't have to be like a huge, everything blows up in your face kind of fallout. It could just simply be a lot of conversation that might be highly charged without being, rude, or even if it is a bit rude, whether or not it's something that I can deal with my limited energy. So those are things I generally take into account when I'm thinking about whether or not I want to approach something that's more controversial, is where I think I am with being able to handle that with my limitations health-wise. Okay, let's see. Number 5. Do your posts include graphics, special lighting, music, fast cuts, or other design elements? Or other design enhancements? While I do editing, I don't do a whole lot of specialized editing. Every once in a while, I'll throw up like a cover or like a book cover or something, or some text if I misspoke and I want to clarify something, or if I forgot something and I want to say, oh, hey, this is what it actually was, I'll add some text. But usually that's the main things. Those are the main things that I will do if I need to add anything extra during post editing, but post-production, during post-production. The other music, yes, I do add music. My dad got really excited when he found an AI place that will create music that you could say, hey, this is what I want. I want this style. I want, this topic, etc., etc. And my mom and I have had already for like many years the same music for our knitting channel, so we weren't willing to change that. We had found it, and if you look at our knitting channel, we credit the artist because it was a part of an actual song, and it was a knitting song based off of an older song called After the Ball Was Over. But going to my channel now, if you have followed my channel in the past 6 months or so, you'll have noticed that I have been trying out different songs, but that I have not been crediting any creator. It's because, sorry, I'm dry. Right, let's see if that helps. That's because when my dad got so excited about this AI song creation program, I was like, well, okay, I'll try it. And then if I like what comes out, I'll go ahead and I'll use it. So that's why you saw several things come up, several different styles, sometimes a male voice, sometimes a female voice. It's because I was trying out this program. And there's no one to credit because it's original to whatever I put in there, and including style and, general topics and everything. So that I do add on. In general, I'm not terribly comfortable with AI, but I figured that was not a bad way to make use of it. Otherwise, I'm not the hugest fan of AI. But yes, people have asked me about the music before. That's where that originates from. And that's why you saw me cycling through several different kinds. I tried to figure out what fit my channel best. And the one I currently have in place is the one I ended up, thinking, oh, this works. Okay. Number 6. Do you have a target number of posts each week? No. A lot of times when I record, I will bulk record, so I will do batch recording, Same difference. I'll do a bunch of videos at one time, take advantage of an energy level, and then I will edit and post as I have time. I don't always even post in order. So like if I did, for example, several book haul videos at one time, because I tend to divide my book haul videos into genres. So I'll have nonfiction here. I'll have fiction classics. I might have different kinds of history separated, like English history. It depends on what my book haul looks like. I try to see how many different ways I can divide it so that way the videos aren't too terribly long. And then it also gives me the ability to spread things out a little bit for the times where I don't feel up to recording. But because I might have back-to-back book haul videos, because of the way that I will, first of all, I wait a while when I'm getting book hauls. I wait quite a while sometimes before I record a video, or before I record several videos, just because I want to be able to get a chance to accumulate enough books so I can divide them into genres in order to make the multiple videos. So when you see me have book hauls and they're large book hauls, that's what's happened, is I've been like, okay, I need to be able to place these in genres. Let me wait a while. Oh, I think I have enough in this genre. I might record that section of the book haul. So that way, I kind of get some of these books put away, but I also am able to keep things, in their shorter video form with the genres. But also, even when I do it that way, and I end up having a bunch of book haul videos, I will then sometimes take some batch recordings I've done previously or that I do later of book reviews or book tags, and then I will just pepper those in between the book hauls, just so that way it's not a long stretch of book haul videos. I can kind of sprinkle things here and there just to keep things interesting, because, I don't want to just have book haul video after book haul video. That's kind of, it gets old. So that's, I don't have a certain number of posts I will do each week. A lot of times it depends on how much I feel like editing. If I got a bunch of videos edited, then I will schedule them one after another until, I either make my way through all the videos or I just decide I don't want to edit anymore for a while, and then I'll take a break. So that's why you'll sometimes see like a week or even 2 where I just have one video after another, and then I might go for like a week or 2 stretch where I don't post anything. It's not even because I don't have videos backlogged, that I need to edit. It's just because I just got unmotivated or felt unwell and haven't edited. Like, I think I've got to have, 6, 7, 8 videos currently, probably more than that need to be edited. And even by editing, it just might mean even something as simple as tack on some music. Although sometimes it is because I, had a long pause in there where I was trying to gather my thoughts, or where I was flipping through a book, or I needed to take a drink, and I don't necessarily always want to make you guys look at me taking a drink. Sometimes I don't care. Sometimes if I have the ability to edit it out and make it look fairly seamless, I will edit out my taking drinks. But because I get very dry quite easily and it affects my ability to speak clearly, I drink quite a bit of water during the course of recording videos. Okay. Number 7. Are there certain theme posts you contribute to regularly, such as Poetry Thursday or What Are You Reading Wednesday? Not really. I mean, I don't even do Tag Tuesday consistently. I do things when I feel like doing things. If we have the chance when we record our videos together once a month, we'll try to maybe record on Tuesday so it can be a Tag Tuesday. But generally, it's when I record and post what I want when I want. 8. How important to you is the number of your subscribers? Is there a target number you're hoping to reach? If you don't hit your target, would you consider dropping out of Booktube? Are your posts designed to attract new subscribers? Are you distressed when you lose subscribers? Everyone likes to see that people are interested and like to engage with their videos because, you put time into talking about these things, and it's always nice to find like-minded people. But while I track to see, if I've picked anyone up, or I just happen to notice if I've picked anyone up, I don't have a subscriber target. Like, I'm not going to be like, ooh, this is the number I'm hoping to reach. I don't. And I mean, I'm not going to be crushed if someone leaves because I'm just not their flavor. I will pop in and out of being subscribed to people all the time based on how I feel. I might go, oh, I'm not really feeling this person right now. I'm going to just slide out of their subscription. And then later on, I might change my mind and pop back in. I've done that to a couple of people where I've subscribed, then unsubscribed, and then subscribed again. It's just because I was trying to clear things out, and I either forgot that I liked some of this person's content when I was trying to, kind of pare down what I have subscription-wise, or, maybe for whatever reason, when I was weeding through, that person got dropped. But then I realized, oh, I'm actually interested in their stuff, and I picked them up again. So that's happened a couple of times for me, like what I do to other people. So I fully anticipate that people are going to go through and weed through the people they don't watch anymore, because it can get a little bit overwhelming if maybe they have a bunch of people they're subscribed to that they don't watch that clog up their, subscriptions feed. I mean, not that I post, every day or anything like that consistently. I mean, it all depends on what kind of editing stretch I'm on. But yeah, I can understand where either I might not be someone's flavor, or maybe they find it overwhelming and they aren't watching me enough, and they just want to weed out people that they aren't watching. So no, I don't take it personally. If you don't hit your target, will you consider dropping out of Booktube? I never started Booktube to, accumulate a bunch of people. I started Booktube because I wanted to get my thoughts out there without driving people around me insane by me just going on and on. I could talk to a camera, get things out of my system, and then if people enjoyed that and wanted to engage, that was icing on the cake with a cherry on top. So yeah, no, it's not going to make me drop out of Booktube if I never move past the 200s, or if I never, whatever. It's just, it is what it is. I'm going to talk about what I enjoy, or sometimes what I don't enjoy. I get to opine. And that's really all that was the main thing I wanted out of Booktube. The community caught me by surprise. And as did, just that anyone would be interested in what I have to say. So, no, I won't be distressed, or the viewership is something that I enjoy, but it's not the primary reason I joined Booktube. As selfish as it sounds, I joined Booktube for myself. So, and to spare my family from having to hear me talk about books ad nauseum, regardless as to whether or not they were interested in said topic. What's really funny now is that my family watches my Booktube, or in my mom's case is actively involved to a certain extent. So they still have to listen to me talk about books, and they choose to do so. But I guess because they can put me on pause when I'm in a video, it's maybe less irritating. I just think it's really funny that's why I started a Booktube, was, not to drive them insane by talking about books, and they watch my Booktube. It's just one of those weird things in life that just sort of, it's just funny. Do you always respond when tagged? I'm guessing you're asking if I'm tagged in a book tag. Okay, I'm going to answer this in two different ways. If I'm tagged in a book tag, I do usually try to, at some point, respond to that tag. Like, I'll put it aside for later to try to remember to do. It might not be right away, because it all depends on my, where I'm at mentally, with brain fog and all that, what I feel like recording, whatever. Now, the other thing I could respond to that question, because I'm not quite sure which way it's supposed to be taken, is if I'm tagged in a video because someone either talked about me or something like that, I do try to always respond in that case. And even if I get tagged in a book tag, I will respond to that video, even if I don't necessarily make a book tag video responding to that, tag. So I hope that makes sense, where I'll respond to someone who tags me, but I might not respond with a book tag video right away. Number 10, do you respond to viewers' comments? And are your responses lengthy or only a thumbs up or down? I am super behind on my responses to comments, but I do try to respond to comments. And I don't usually just do a heart or a thumbs up or down, partially because if I do that, I lose track of who I have or haven't responded to in the YouTube studio. It's a lot easier for me to know if I've responded to someone if I actually literally respond to them and it disappears. Then I'll, thumbs up or heart or whatever when I actually do a full-on response, even if it's just a thank you, because someone took time to respond to my, video with a comment. I like to at least do a brief response. That being said, I am eons behind on my comments, and especially since I have 3 different channels that I manage where I will have to respond to comments, and that's my own choice. It's no one's fault but my own. The religious one tends to have the least amount of comments, but the knitting, crocheting one and Booktube, those two, I usually had to keep up on the comments. Now, since I've moved to once a month for the knitting podcast, it's a lot less overwhelming than it was at one point. But yeah, I do struggle to keep up with the comments, but when I do comment, it can be any range of length. It all depends on what the person has to say, and yeah, that I will base what my response is to that comment accordingly. Number 11, have you ever blocked anyone from viewing or commenting on your posts? I've had several spam type things where it was obviously spam. They were giving a weird phone number, or they were trying to sell something. So I have blocked those comments, and those have knock on wood finally stopped for a while. Those are really annoying and obnoxious. But other than that, I don't think that I have blocked anyone or from commenting or viewing or anything like that. I mean, if someone is more confrontational, I usually take a little bit of time to sit and think about what they said, and then try to relieve the tension by just try to make a more diplomatic response. But I'll take a few minutes, I'll step away, and then try to think of the best way to handle that comment, because I don't have to feed back the same energy that someone throws at me. A lot of times I can disarm a situation if I step away from the heat of a moment. So I've never had a situation where I've had to block someone from viewing or commenting unless they're, like I said, a bot or something. Usually I can either ignore someone or manage the situation as best I can by de-escalating. I think that is it for this video. I will tag some people below, or if I forget to tag some people and you want to do this video, tag your it. Thank you very much for joining me for the behind the scenes Booktube tag. Hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you for the next video. God bless. Bye.
Books keep coming home with me, piles so tall they're all I see. Turn a page and sail the sea. Reading always feels so free.